So you're an electrical engineer in India, probably working in automation, and you're hitting that point in your career where you're asking, okay, what's next? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to lay out the absolute best career paths for you based on some really solid analysis. This is your roadmap.
And this is the big one, isn't it? It's a classic dilemma. You're an automation engineer making around 6 lakhs per year, and that question just keeps popping up. Do I go all in for a much bigger salary, or do I find a job that actually lets me have a life outside of work? Let's tackle that head on. All right, let's just cut right to the chase. No beating around the bush. After looking at all the options out there, the verdict is in. Your two golden tickets are either a high prestige, high salary job in a public sector undertaking, a PSU, or a super stable, peaceful life as a junior engineer through the SSC exam. So, how did we land on that verdict? Why these two? Well, let's dive into the evidence. We're going to compare these options side by side so you can see exactly why a PSU or an SSC JE role are the top choices for someone with your specific background. So, check this out. There's a really clear hierarchy here. Taking the gold medal at number 1 is a PSU job, which you get through the GATE exam. A very, very close second, taking the silver, is the SSC junior engineer role. Then you've got the bronze medal contenders, a job with the railways, or finding a much better gig in the private sector. But really, we're going to focus on those top two. All right, it's time for the main event, the job showdown. Let's put these options head to head and look at the hard facts, the money, the job security, and that all-important work-life balance. And wow, this table really lays it all out, doesn't it? I mean, just look at that in-hand pay row. The jump from your current 40 to 45K to a PSU's minimum of 65K or even over a lakh is just massive. Then just scan your eyes across work-life balance and job stability. The government options, especially PSUs and SSCJ, are in a completely different league. Let's just zoom in on that salary point, because this is huge. Right now, your private job probably gets you about 45K in hand. An SSDJE role? That bunks you up to nearly 60K. But look at that PSU bar. We're talking a starting salary of 70K, and believe me, it often goes way, way higher. That's not just a raise. For a lot of people, that is a life-changing amount of money. But money isn't everything. This slide really gets to the heart of that peace versus prestige debate. On one side, you've got the private sector reality, right? Constant deadlines, sales targets, late nights at the office. And on the other side, you have the government sector promise, fixed timings and weekends that are actually yours. This is a massive factor in your decision. So what about climbing the career ladder? Well, in the private sector, the path is fast, but it is risky. You could maybe double your salary in just a few years, but that threat of layoffs, it's always there. The government sector is the total opposite. It's a slow, steady, and 100% secure marathon. You will get promoted from JE to AE and beyond on a guaranteed path. Okay, so we know the what and the why. Now let's talk about the most important part, the how. Look, this isn't just some far-off dream. This is a real, actionable, one-year plan that's designed specifically for someone like you who's already working a full-time job. And the strategy itself is just beautifully simple. You don't jump straight into the deep end with the toughest exam, no. Step 1, you master the fundamentals by preparing for the SSCJE syllabus. This builds a rock-solid foundation. Then, step 2 is using that foundation to level up your game for the more advanced GATE exam. It's just a really smart, layered approach. Now, you might be thinking, there is no way I can study while I'm working. But the key here is being realistic. We're not talking about quitting your job. We're not talking about studying 5 hours every single day. The recommendation is a totally manageable 8 to 12 hours per week. That's it. That is absolutely achievable. So here's what that year actually looks like. The first 6 months are all about getting you ready to crack the SSC JE exam. You start with the basics and then move into full-on prep. Then, for the next 4 months, you build on that knowledge for the GATE exam. And the final 2 months, it's all about mock tests and revision. It's a clear, phased plan that's designed to prevent you from burning out. So what does 8 to 12 hours a week actually look like day to day? It's simple. If you're a morning person, just knock out an hour before you head to work. If you're a night owl, an hour after dinner works just as well. The real key is that daily consistency plus a deeper dive of maybe 4 to 5 hours total over the weekend. That's how you make real steady progress.
So we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Now it all comes down to this, the final decision. And remember, this isn't just about choosing a job. This is about choosing the kind of life you actually want to live. So, path number 1, the future as an SSC junior engineer. This is the life of stability and peace. I want you to just imagine a real 9 to 5 job. A job where your weekends are completely your own, and that constant pressure of targets and deadlines has just vanished. It's a life that's defined by security and by predictability. Then you have path number 2, the future in a PSU. This is the life of prestige and high rewards. Here, we're talking about a salary that could easily clear 1 lakh per month. We're talking about engaging technical challenges that are a perfect fit for your automation background. And of course, the immense social respect that comes with that role. And here is the absolute best part of the study plan we just talked about. It's not about preparing for just one exam. The effort you put in, it covers the core syllabus for almost every major government engineering exam out there. It is the single most efficient way to open up all of these doors for yourself at the same time. So here's the bottom line. The roadmap is crystal clear. We've laid out the options, we've looked at the data, and we've given you a realistic plan to get there. The only variable left in this whole equation is you. So the real question is, what do you truly want? The peace and stability or the prestige and rewards? The decision is all yours.